going on, Void? Um, so let me just mute this on my other monitor here. So yesterday I made a video. Yesterday for you guys, or whenever you guys are watching this, I don't expect too many people to be watching this. Same day and keeping up with this, but it's the same day for me. So basically what I'm gonna talk about in this video, kind of came across my mind, so I thought might as well kind of get it over with again. So seems to be, kind of be the trend. I'm just gonna schedule it for later. So anyway, today's topic is my childhood. Um, One thing I want to say is I might leave certain details out, obviously, just because they might be a little too crazy. So I might try to wiggle my way and wordplay around it. So yeah, anyway, like I mentioned in my other video, I don't live in a small town. I don't live in a small city. I live in a pretty big, hustling, bustling city. I am Canadian, so I grew up downtown in my city. Um, I hip hopped around a couple different schools. Um, I wouldn't say I was a troubled kid, but I definitely had a lot of attitude. Um, a lot of people would say that I still do have a lot of attitude. That being said, it was definitely a lot worse when I was a kid. I remember when I don't know how the grade system goes in the States or whatever, but here we have like junior kindergarten, and like senior kindergarten, I think. And by the time I was in like senior kindergarten going into grade one, I was already like swearing at teachers. Excuse me. And that sends you like one-way tickets to the principal's office. And I remember this one day. Um, I'm sitting in the office, and this is like fresh out the school year. Um, and the principal knows me at this point. I know him. I distinctly remember, every time I go into that office, I had a specific Spider-Man toy that I'd really like to play with. It was like this. Um, it was a stuffy, but it was one of those stuffies where you can like mold how it like looks and shapes, if that makes sense, like its arms and its legs. Anyway, um, so this one particular day, I think I told the teacher to like fuck off or something. Um, One-way ticket to the principal's office. So I'm sitting there, and he's pretty much figuring out what to do with me. And I think this guy, I don't know if this guy was new or not. Um, or maybe he was new within like the last year or something like that. But um, I, I can't even remember how this came across. But my mom would tell this story all the time, and she'd say how, um, I was in the office and I kept telling the principal that you won't call my mom. She has a job. She won't answer the phone. Um, I'm like I'm like a child, like not even like an adolescent teen. Like I know nothing, and I'm threatening this grown ass man whose job it is to call my parents and them to probably like most likely answer, if not leave a fucking voicemail. That she's not gonna answer because she's too busy working, and her job is more important than yours. Um, I was very quickly wrong about that. He picked up the phone and called her and told her exactly verbatim what happened. Um, I don't remember my mom being too upset. There are a lot of instances growing up where my mom would be kind of understanding of the situation. For example, I'll skip forward to when we kind of moved out of the downtown core of my city into uh, I wouldn't say like the suburbs, but pretty much the suburbs. Um, and I remember one day the bus didn't show up. It was like, I don't know, maybe November, December ish. Um, the winter it was winter, and I remember it was kind of snowing. Um, so, not really ideal. And this was probably around like grade maybe like grade. It was definitely before grade 6. I would say probably grade 4 or 5. Um, and by that time as a kid, you kind of you're looking out the window of the bus, so you kind of know where you're going. So you know, me being me and my buddy, can't remember his name. Let's call him Harry. Um, Harry and I just walked all the way to school that day, and you know, I thought nothing of it. Um, by the time we got like about halfway, we saw the bus with all the kids driving by, and they're all waving, pointing, and kind of laughing. But we didn't really care because at the same time, we were kind of waiting on that bus in the cold for like a solid 30 minutes, um, more than we should have. And realistically, we could have just went back upstairs and, you know, just not went to school. Especially me, like my mom never really like she had a big girl job, so she wasn't exactly taking me to school or anything. Other than like really, really early on, I don't exactly remember her taking me to school. Um, at all. So like I could have very easily just went back upstairs, but that also includes like a call back home because obviously you're not at school, and then she's gonna be like, where the fuck are you? And I feel like that's probably worse in elementary school than it is in high school if you skip and you get that call, because you tend to get that call later in the day as opposed to, you know, pretty much in the middle of the day. Especially when you have other kids telling you that these two students decided to walk instead of take the bus that was just like kind of really late. Anyway, we get to the school and my principal's walking out of the school in a rush, just as we approach the door, and she pulls us in, being all like, "Oh fuck, thank God." I didn't know what happened to you guys. We were told that you guys decided to walk, and she was just so worried about how dangerous it was. And honestly, back then, to be honest, it wasn't even anything to be like freaked out about. The world really isn't like it was now. I'm not that old. I'm only 28. I keep saying that in like all of these videos, but back in the early 2000s, things were not that bad. Like they were moderately bad. I mean, like, nothing was ever sweet, but kids could get away with a lot more. I would never let my kid do that now. Absolutely not. Um, anyway, that being said, she called my mom, and my mom sided with me there with that one. She's like, well, if he's there, he's there. Doesn't really matter how he got there. He's safe and he's at school. It's like he did his job. Like, I don't know why you're punishing my child, basically, is what she was saying. So, you know, there are times where my mom really came through for me. There are a lot of times where she didn't. This video is kind of coming to an end, so I think I'll save the rest for later. Maybe I'll continue in a part 2. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. I think I'll just end this video kind of short. Oh yeah, I guess we're coming up on the gameplay from yesterday here. This is the starting clip. So thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, stay safe, stay voidless. Oh no. See ya.